Would you guys mind trying 2017? All right, so the time is up. We'll start discussing. All right. Okay, great. So this is a question I asked you all to do. So let's read this together. All right. So when it comes to context questions, O-level fractions question, the main thing that you should have is understanding the statements you have, understanding the question, simply basic English knowledge. All right. Okay, so let's look into this. Mr. Kitsiri made a cash donation to a community center. All right. So how I don't like we don't know how much this person has donated, but simply he has donated an amount, a certain amount. All right. Okay. The next thing, 2 nines or 2/9 of the total amount he donated was used to buy musical instruments. All right. Okay. So we have an information here. They are saying for musical instruments, they have used 2/9 of the total. All right. So like for musical instruments, we'll write the informations we have. They have used 2/9. All right. So the next information. And 1/2 to buy sports equipments. All right. For sports equipments, they have used 1/2. So the point that you have to understand here is this 1/2 or this half is also out of the total. Okay. So from the whole, they have given half for the sports equipment, and from the whole, they have taken 2/9 for musical instruments. Did I make sense there? All okay with that? Okay, great. So the next thing that we have to understand here is Lemay. Right. Yes, yes. Thank you for replying, Lamai. Okay. So the next thing we have to understand here is um like if we have the fraction out of the whole, if we have two or more fractions out of the whole, both are from the same whole, isn't it? The same cash donated amount. So therefore, what we can do is just to understand the fraction in an easier way, even more better, what we can do is we can make the denominators the same. I didn't go for the first question yet. All right. We are just like understanding what we have here. Okay. All right. So for 2 and 9, the common denominator we have is 18. Yeah. So I have to multiply the denominator by 2 to make 18. So 2 also should be multiplied by 2. So technically, this is going to give me 4/18. And for the second one, in order to make this 2 to an 18, we have to multiply by 9. So the numerator also should be multiplied by 9. So it's going to be 9/18. Now we can understand that, okay, so out of the total 18 pieces, 4 pieces have been used for musical instruments and 9 pieces have been used for sports equipment. All right. So from this, we all can understand the question in a practical way, isn't it? So that is a knowledge you should have. All right, now we'll go to the first question. The first question is like, find what fraction of the total amount was used to buy musical instruments and sports equipment. So technically, there's a question. So before doing the question, we can do it always. Yeah, actually, once you practice fractions more, like in depth, okay, once you started doing fraction questions, and if you have a very good practice, automatically, once you read the question, you will do all these workings in your head. So within like 5 to 6 minutes, you will be able to complete the fractions question. But end of the day, make sure to connect all the informations you have. All right. Okay. So the first question asking you the total of musical instruments and sports equipment. So we know that in order to find the total of something, we have to add. We have to add the musical instruments, which is 2/9, and then we have to add the sports equipments, which is 1/2. So when adding fractions, you guys already know that we have to make the denominator the same. So technically, we have already done that. Yeah. So it's going to be 4/18 plus 9/18. And the final answer is going to give me 13/18. Are you clear with this? All right. Okay. So, like, if fractions, I mean, if you guys are new for fractions, before going for the next question, I'll just give you all another idea on how this works. Okay. So actually, altogether we have 18 pieces. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. So actually we have 18 pieces altogether. So out of these 18, four pieces, one, two, three, four. These four is for musical instruments. And nine pieces. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. These red color portions are for sports equipment. Now can you all tell me how many pieces are remaining? What is the fraction we have remaining after using for um what do you call musical instruments and sports equipments? What is the balance we have? If 13 over 18 are used, what is the remainder we have in our hand? There we go. The remaining number of pieces. It's going to be 5 over 18. All right. Okay. Now we'll go to the next question. So the next question says 1 over 5 of the remaining amount was used to buy books for the library. Okay, now understand the information they have given. What they have said is for books, they're using 1 over 5. But the point that you have to understand here is this 1 over 5 is not out of the total. So 1 over 5 of the remaining. So of the remaining means 1 over 5 of the remaining fraction we have, which is 5 over 18. I will clear with this. So for the books, actually they are using from the remaining portion only, they are using 1 over 5. All right. So the question is only from the remaining, let me draw it for you. Only from this remaining section, if you are using 1 over 5, okay, which means technically one piece. The question is, what fraction of the total amount was used to buy books? So this one part is going to be how much out of the total. So we can write it as 1 over 18 because it's going to be only one piece out of the total 18 pieces. That is a practical way of understanding this. The mathematical or the calculation way is we just can simply multiply. The question is because in the question itself we have the answer 1 over 5 of the remaining. So 1 over 5 of means multiplication and the remainder we know which is 5 over 18. If you solve this, we will be getting the answer as 1 over 18. Are you clear with this? All right. Now, before going for the next one, I'll ask you another question. Can you guys tell me what is a fraction they have? So it is really confusing how to find here to multiply because in some questions, many times, okay, it's something like this. Whenever you have the fraction, okay, whenever you have a fraction of another fraction, simply multiply. Got it. Because you have the fraction of another portion. So to get it out of the whole, we just can simply multiply. That's it. Got it? All right. Now, can you tell me, Lamai, if another portion we are going to use for um, books out of the total, how many pieces are already used? How many pieces we have used altogether for musical instruments, sports equipments, and for books? Okay, I got the answer only from one yet. Mhm. Two. Well done. Yes, thank you for replying. It's going to be 14 out of 18. Now, if 14 pages have been used altogether, what is the remaining fraction you have now? Come on. Out of 18, you have used 14 pages altogether. So what is the remainder you have now? Well done. You can subtract by 18 over 18. So which is going to give you 4 over 18. Well done. Any questions or any doubts? Very good. You can write it as 2 over 9 as well. So it's going to be 4 over 18. Any questions here, Lamai? Yeah. Okay. So now we'll move on to the next one. Okay. So the next one is going to be, now we know, like before moving on to the question only, we figured out what is the remainder we have. Okay. Next question. The amount remaining after, who is joining? Yeah. The amount remaining after purchasing the books was used to renovate the community center. So simply what they are saying, the remaining amount we have now, the fraction we have, which is 4 over 18, this was used to renovate the community center. So I can simply say for the renovation, they have used 4 over 18. Do you agree with me? Or you can write the simplest form of this, which is 2 over 9. Did I make sense? And actually, that is a question they're asking from you as well. The question is, find what fraction of the total amount was used for the renovation, which is going to be 4 over 18. So what I can do is I can simply write a calculation there. I can say like 18 over 18, the total. From the total, we have to minus um, 13 over 18 plus 1 over 18. The reason why I'm adding these two fractions is because 13 over 18 is for the previous two, sports equipment and musical instruments. This is the total. And 1 over 18 is for books. So altogether, we are going to get 14 over 18. If you subtract it from 18 over 18, you will end up with 4 over 18. And the simplest form of this is going to be 2 over 9. Any questions so far? Everyone okay with this? If you do have any questions or if you couldn't understand any point, let me know. I'll explain, okay? Don't worry about others. If you have a question, if you have a doubt, you ask me. Okay, great then. We'll move on to the next one. The next question. If it's a message. Okay, great. So if the renovation cost was 20,000, so what they're saying is for the renovation, the cost they have incurred is 20,000. So from this, I can write an equation here, isn't it? Because for renovation, we know two information. Okay, one is we know the fraction of renovation. For the renovation, we know it's going to be 2 over 9. And in rupees, the cost is going to be 20,000. So both for the renovation, right? So I can say 2 over 9 is the same as 20,000 or 2 over 9 is equals to 20,000. Is that point clear? So 2 over 9 is simply 20,000. Now, the point is find the total amount Mr. Kitsiri donated. So altogether, this guy has donated 9 pieces for now. Yes. Okay. Out of the 9, 2 pieces is equal to 20,000. So can you tell me what would be the value of one piece then? If 2 parts is equals to 20,000, what is the value of one piece? Well, 10,000. Then the total is going to be 9 pieces here, isn't it? So for entire 9 pieces, it's going to give you What would be the answer? If 1 over 9 is 10,000, 9 over 9 would be, the total would be a very good try, Faith. There we go. It's going to be 90,000 because see, 2 over 9 is 20,000. So from this, I can say 1 over 9 is going to give you 10,000. Actually, we need the total amount, right? Total means that's going to be 9 over 9. So entire 9 pieces is going to be 90,000. Are you clear with this? If not, let me know. I'll explain again. Everyone? Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Fine. No problem. Any questions? No. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for replying. And let's say you have not got the simplest form. You have taken it as 4 over 8, but still it's fine. We can say 4 over 8 is equals to 20,000, right? If 4 pieces equals to 20,000, 1 over 18 is going to be just 5,000. So in the diagram, this one piece is going to be equal to 5,000. We have to find the total, which means we have to multiply that 5,000 by 18. That is also would give you the same answer as 90,000. All okay with this, everyone? And this is how we have to do fractions question. So most of the people say like fraction is confusing, blah, 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 and all. End of the day, all the things you have is your basics calculation. Simply the basics. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or comparing fractions, equivalent fractions. Those are the basics. But here the point is we have to understand the question. And we have to decide with what calculation we have to go with. All right. For that, yeah, sure. What? Which one? Which one, Ari? You mean the last one? How it became 90,000, or the 1 of 18 thing? Oh, okay, great. I'll explain that. So actually, if you can remember question number 3, we got the answer as 4 over 18 for innovation. For innovation, actually, we got 4 over 18. And then what we did, we simplified this fraction. So we divided 4 and 18 both by 2. And that's how we got 2 over 9. So technically, 4 over 18, 2 over 9, both means the same. For this only we say equivalent fractions. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's really nice. 5. You got 10 out of 10. Nice. Happy to hear that. All right. So already understood that 4 over 18, 2 over 9, both means the same. Okay. Now, if renovation cost is 20,000, I can say, I can use any fraction here. I can say either 4 over 18 is 20,000 or 2 over 9 is 20,000. Both means the same. You got my point? So earlier, to make the workings easier, we used 2 over 9. If some of you might have taken only 4 over 18, for those students only, I explain the second method. Both will give you the same answer. 4 over 18 is for renovation. The renovation's cost is 20,000. Okay, so out of 18, 4 pieces, 20,000 means 1 over 18 is going to be how much? If like for example, let's say you're buying 4 chocolates is going to cost 20,000. Okay, then what is the cost of 1 chocolate? That is 5,000. I'm sorry, I have typed 50. 5,000. Yeah. So if 1 over 18 is 50,000, since we have to find the total, we have to find 18 over 18. So that what we have to do, we have to multiply this 5,000 by 18. That is also will give you the same answer as 90,000. So actually, I explained two different methods for the last question. All okay now, Ari? No problem. Okay, great. All right. So now we'll move on to the next question. So, wait. I think I have already done this 2017, but since some of you guys have a doubt here, let me just directly explain the question completely for y'all, okay? All right. So we'll read this question again. A household water tank is completely filled with water, okay? And 1/10 of the water in the tank is used to water the garden. All right. So we'll mark the informations we have here. Okay. The first information we have is what for gardening, they're using 1/10. Okay. Second one. And 1/4 is used for bathing. So for bathing, we have 1/4. Okay. Fine. The first question is what find what fraction of the water in the tank is used to water the garden and for bathing. So simply they're asking you the total they have used for garden and bathing. Simply we have to add them together, isn't it? So it's going to be 1/10 plus 1/4. And the common denominator for 10 and 4 is going to be 20. So 1/10 becomes 2/20. 1/4 becomes 5/20. Yeah. So that will give you the total as 7/20. Everyone understood how I got 7/20 here? If not, tell me, I'll explain the steps. Okay, so actually I ignored a step here. I didn't write how I made the denominators the same. At the same time, that is not necessary as well. Okay? Yeah, sure, Mariam. I'll explain that to you again. Here we go. All right. So here the question is what fraction of water in the tank, okay? Find what fraction of the water in the tank is used to water the garden and for bathing. From the entire whole tank, they're asking what is the fraction we have used for gardening and for bathing, which means the total. Got it? So that's the question, right? So simply we have to find the total. So if we have to find the total of two things, okay? If we like, for example, let's say you're going for a shop with 1,000 rupees. You're buying a chocolate for 200 rupees. Okay, you're buying a chocolate for 200 rupees and you're buying a biscuit packet which is 150. Now, if I ask you, what is the total amount you have used for purchasing? Or simply like for chocolate and biscuit, simply your answer would be 350, which means you're adding the two amounts. So here also we have to do the same thing. If you have to find the total for gardening and bathing, we have to add the two fractions we have for them. So gardening is going to be 1/10, bathing is going to be 1/4. And that is the reason why I came up with addition here. And then when you're adding two fractions as a condition, we should make the denominators the same. Okay. For 10 and 4, the common denominator we have is 20. So to make this 10 or 20, I have to multiply this by 2. So the numerator also should be multiplied by 2. So it's going to be 2/20 plus. To make this 4/20, I have to multiply by 5. So the numerator also should be multiplied by 5. So this is going to give me 5/20. Now we have the same denominators, which means I can add the numerators now. So 2 plus 5 is going to give me 7, and the denominator is going to be 20. Are you okay with this, Maria? Okay, perfect. Now, another question. Before going for the next one, here you have to think of another point here. Like, since you got the answer for this, don't directly jump to the other one. Just try to understand what is the answer you have got now. So this 7 over 20 is the total we have used for gardening and bathing. Yeah. Then what is the remaining fraction of water you have in the tank? So it's something like this, right? We have a tank. Okay. We have a tank. So in this tank, we are going to break this tank into 20 pieces. Okay, we're gonna break this tank into 20 pieces. So out of this 20, we have used 7, which means 5 pieces for bathing and 2 pieces for gardening. So what is the remaining we have? That is gonna be 13 over 20. Is that point clear? So with that knowledge, try to go to the next one. Okay. All right. Now we'll go to the next question. Now we know the remaining is gonna be 13 over 20. All right. So the next question says, of the remaining water, so from the remaining water in the tank, 4 over 13 is used to wash clothes. All right. So for washing clothes, now what happens is, for washing clothes, let me type it. We are using 4 over 13, but this 4 over 13 is not from the total. This 4 over 13 is from the remaining water or of the remaining water. So 4 over 13 of the remainder, which is 13 over 20. So the fraction we have for washing clothes is from a remaining, not from the total. So if you have to convert a fraction which is given from a remaining to like a fraction out of the whole, you just have to multiply them. So simply 4 over 13 is out of the remaining. If you multiply them, let me show it to you, into 13 over 20. I'll just simplify only 13 and 13. This 4 over 20 is going to be out of the total. So they have used 4 over 4 pieces out of 20 from the total. Did I make sense? Is it confusing? Any questions? What do you mean no? Okay, you didn't get it. Okay, I'll explain that to you again. Okay, wait. Um, I'll go to Paint. You guys can't see my screen. Yeah, well, let me share it. Okay, great. So now here, uh, I'm sorry. All right, so actually, two of you guys asking that question. I'll come to that why I didn't cut that 4 over 4 and 20. Okay. Actually, you can. I'll come to that point. That's actually a strategy. That's it. I'll come to that point. Okay. So here, um, the calculation is like this. Now let me see. From a total of 20 pieces, from a total of 20 pieces, for what was the first one? Gardening. Yeah. Okay. So for gardening, they used 1 over 10. And for bathing, they used 1 over 4. So what you have to understand is this 1 over 10 is of the total. From the total only, they are using 1 over 10. This 1 over 4 is also of the total. All right. So whenever we have a fraction, I'm like out of the question now, out of the past paper, just explaining all fractions. Whenever you have a fraction, always a fraction should be out of the total. Then only it will be a proper fraction, a proper one. Okay. So for this, I gave an example in the last class as well. Now let's take, we have a pizza. Okay. I'm gonna have these three pieces. Okay, the pizza thing, yeah. So I'm gonna have these three pieces. So the remaining piece I have is the remainder I have is um these three. These three are the remaining pieces I have. No, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give this piece to Altaf. Okay. Now can you tell me what is the fraction I have remainder now? What is the remaining fraction of the pizza I have? So what is the remaining number of remaining fraction we have here? Simple. It's gonna be 2 over 6. All right. Okay. Now see this point. I don't have this piece also anymore. I have only 2 over 6 with me. Now, what if I say like this? To 5, I'm gonna give half of the remaining. My statement is what? I'm gonna give half of the remaining I have to 5. You got the point. So from this, can I say I'm giving half of the pizza to Fahid? Does he get half of the pizza? Exactly. No. Actually, he is getting half, but not from the total. He is getting half of the remainder, which is 2 over 6. All right. Now what happens? Since it's off, we can multiply, yeah? So 1 over 2 into 2 over 6. If you solve this 2 to 2, we can cancel it off. That's going to give me 1 over 6. You got it? So the fraction I gave in the question, half, is of the remainder. All right. If you multiply, you will get the fraction of the total. So actually, 5 is getting only one piece out of the total 6. It's correct, right? I had 2 piece and I'm going to give 1 piece to 5. Any questions? So that's the same thing we can do for the previous one as well. Okay, so let me complete this question here itself. So what actually happens here? Well, let me delete this. Okay, so here we go. To make it understand, like to make it even more better, we made the fraction out of 20. So we can write this as 2 over 20 and we can write this as 5 over 20. So 5 pieces we have for bathing and 2 pieces for gardening, and the remaining we have is 13. Now the next thing was washing clothes, yeah? Yeah, for washing clothes, the information they have given is like for washing clothes, we are using, is it 4 over 13? Yep. We're using 4 over 13. This 4 over 13 is not out of the total. Okay. This 4 over 13 is not out of the total. This 4 over 13 is of the remainder, which is 13 over 20. Are you clear with this? Now, if I multiply this, I will be getting the fraction out of the total for washing clothes. So the answer is going to be 4 over 20. Are you clear with this? Any questions, any doubts so far? Okay, now the next question. Why I didn't simplify 4 and 20? A small tip here. What is a common denominator we are dealing with here for gardening, bathing and all? It's 20, yeah. So what I did was I just kept the fraction out of 20. After writing 4 over 20, if you want, I mean, it's better to write like this, 1 over 5. In simplification, if you cut this 4 and this 20, directly you will be getting 1 over 5. Now, if I ask you, what is the total amount you have used for all three now? Gardening, bathing, washing clothes. What you have to do, we know for these two, we have 7 over 20. Answer for the first question. So with this, you have to add the fraction of washing clothes, which is going to be 1 over 5. Now to make the denominator is the same, again you have to multiply this by 4, this by 4. You will be getting 7 over 20 plus 4 over 20. And then only you will be getting the answer as 13 over 20. What I did was, instead of doing the working again and again, I'll keep the fraction as 4 over 20 itself. You got it. Now if I have to find the total, I can directly use, instead of using 1 over 5, I can directly use 4 over 20 here, which would directly give me, I'm sorry, 11 over 20. Understood the reason why I kept the denominator as 20 as it is here. So after writing 20 denominator as a next fraction, you can simplify and write. You got it? Just a small strategy to work out that specific question. That's it. To get rid of some of the workings. All right. Clear? So for washing clothes, we will be getting like 4 over 13 into 13 over 20. I'm gonna cut this 13 and 13. I'm gonna write the answer as 4 over 20. And then again, I'm gonna write the simplest form in this way. All right, okay. So here we got 1 over 10 plus 1 over 4, yeah? That's gonna give me 7 over 20. All right, so altogether we have used 11. The remaining is gonna be 9. Now what they're saying is, question number 3. Find what fraction of the tank remains filled now. So we have to find the remaining. In order to find the remaining, okay, very good. So in order to find the remaining from the total, let me take the total as 20 over 20. From the total, we have to subtract everything we have used so far. So initially we used 7 over 20 for two things. Yeah, for gardening and bathing. And then we used 4 over 20 for washing clothes. So altogether we have used 11 over 20. So from 20 over 20, if you minus 11 over 20, that's going to give you 9 over 20. This is the current remainder now. Any questions in this? Anyone has a doubt? Clear? Perfect. All right. Now we'll move on to the next question. Okay, nice. The next question says, when another 500 liters of water is used for kitchen requirements. Now, what they are saying, now we have a remaining fraction from the tank. We have a remainder now. What is the remainder? The remainder we have is 9 over 20. So from this remaining amount, what you're going to do, you're going to use 500 liters. So what is the operation we have to go with here? From the tank, if you're using some sort of waters, do we go with addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Forget about getting the answer for this question. Just try to convert the English statement into maths calculation. Okay, Mariam. So let me ask a question from you guys. Okay. Now I told you, I can't remember whom I took as example. You have 1,000 rupees. Okay, you have 1,000 rupees, and then you're gonna buy a chocolate for 200 rupees, and then a biscuit packet for 150. The total cost is 350. Now, what is the remaining you have in your hand now? What is the remainder you have in your hand now? From 1,000, if you subtract 350, what is the remainder you have now?
Sir, can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, sure. So you have 1,000 rupees in your hand. Okay, you're going out with 1,000 rupee note. You're gonna buy a chocolate for 200 rupees and a biscuit packet for 150. So in total, you have spent 350. Yeah. So what is the remaining amount you will have with you? Simple. It's gonna be
50.
650. Very good. Yes, it's gonna be 650. Now my question is, from the remaining you have, okay, from the remaining you have, you're gonna buy, let's take a cheese. Okay, from the remaining amount you have, you're gonna buy a cheese, and now the remaining you have is 200. I don't need the answer. Can you create an equation for that? From the remaining, you're spending some amount. We don't know how much we are spending, but I can say now the remaining I have is just 200 rupees. What is the calculation? Let's consider the price
So,
of cheese as X. I don't need the answer for X. I don't need the price of the cheesecake. Tell me an equation for this. Good try, Altaf. We don't have to go with X and Y, two unknown terms, because only one is unknown term here, right? Isn't it? Like what I told you, from the remaining amount, from the remaining 650, you are gonna buy a cheesecake, which means not cheesecake, it's a cheese, right? Yeah. You're gonna spend something. So when you're spending something, we have to take it away in the sense we have to subtract this. And then the now remaining we have is 200. Do you all agree with this? Very good. Yes, 650 is the remaining we have. From that, we are using some amount, and the balance is going to be 200. Did I make sense?
then we have spent for
Well done. You have spent 450. That's the second thing. That's going to be the answer. But the main thing is you should be able to form an equation. All right. Okay. Now we'll come back to this question. Okay. We'll come back to this question. So here what they say, when another 500 liters of water is used for kitchen requirements. So the remaining you have is 6 over 20. From this 6 over 20, you're going to use 500 liters. After using 500 liters, 1 over 4 of the tank remains filled. Now, what I want you guys to do is don't try to get the answer for this question. Forget about getting the answer. All right. I don't want you guys to get the answer now. My question for you guys is, can you create an equation for this statement? In the sense, can you translate this English statement into mathematical numbers or numerical numbers? I'm sorry, numbers. Like, can you convert this English statement to numerals? We can use the same strategy. What is the remainder we have? The remainder we have is 9 over 20. All right. If you are going to use 500 liters, do we add 500 liters, subtract 500 liters, multiply or divide? There we go. We have to subtract the 500 liters. Did I make sense? Because we are using that. So now tell me, after using 500 liters, what is the remaining you have? So from 9 over 20, if we use 500 liters, now what they're saying is the remaining is going to be 1 over 4. There we go. Did I make sense? Everyone understood what I did here? I didn't do any calculations. What I did was simply I translated the English statement to an equation. Are you all clear with this? Okay. Now, here we have two fractions. We have one is 9 over 20, another one is 1 over 4. I already taught you guys, if you have to easily compare two fractions, what is the strategy we can use? We can make the denominators the same, isn't it? So for 9 over 20 and 1 over 4, what is the common, I'm sorry, what's the common denominator we have? Well done. So we have to multiply this side by 5. This also becomes 5. Yeah. So instead of 1 over 4, now what I can do is I can write this as 5 over 20. You'll agree with this. I have written the same 1 over 4 in a different form now. 5 over 20. Are you all clear with this? Now can you tell me, now can you tell me 500 liters is equal to what fraction? You had 9 over 20. From 9 over 20, you're using 500 liters, and the remaining now you have is 5 over 20. So, which means 500 liters is actually equal to what fraction? Very good, Fahid. Good try. Just think again. You have 9 over 20. You're using some amount from that, and the remaining you have is 5 over 20. So, how much actually you have used in fraction for kitchen requirements? That's gonna be 4 over 20. Exactly. Everyone understood that? If you couldn't understand how we get 4 over 20, let me know. I'll explain again. Everyone understood how we got 4 over 20? No. Okay. Let me explain this again, fine. So now see, from 20 pieces, okay, let's say there are 9 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. We are using 500 liters. After using 500 liters, we have only 5 pieces remaining. So by looking at this diagram, can you tell me, in order to have only 5 pieces remaining, how many pieces you should have used here? We should have used 4 pieces. You got it. Because the remaining is 9. From the 9, we are using something to get 5 as a remainder. Got it? That's going to be 4 pieces, yeah? So that 4 pieces is equal to 500 liters. Because both means kitchen requirements. Both are equal to kitchen requirements. Now is that point clear? All right. Okay. And I'll give you another way. So this is a practical way of understanding this. Now I'll give you another way. So can you guys remember we had a question? I gave you another question. So from 650, if you take away something, you're gonna get the remainder as 200. So in this, can you tell me how can I find this X? I think Hannah or Sarah, someone already told me the answer. But as a calculation way, how can we get the answer for this? There we go. I can move this minus x to the other side. It goes as plus x. I can take this 200 to this side. Since it's positive x, it goes as negative x. So the calculation is going to be 650 minus 200 equals to x. Very good try, Mariam, but it's going to be the other way around. I'm going to take the 200 to this side. So 200 becomes negative. All right. So the calculation is going to be 450 is equals to x. This is going to be the value of x. All right. I'm going to use the same strategy again. So the fractions we had was um, 9 over 20 minus 500 liters equals to 5 over 20. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this 500, negative 500 liters to the other side. It goes as plus 500 liters. And I'm going to take this 5 over 20 to this side. So the calculation would be 9 over 20 minus 5 over 20 equals to 500 liters. 9 over 20 minus 5 over 20 is going to give you 4 over 20, which is again equals to 500 liters. Are you clear with this? Now we know this 500 liters is equals to 4 over 20. Now the question says, find the capacity of the tank in liters. Okay, so now can you tell me, Lamai, if 500 liters is equals to 4 over 20, if you have to find the total capacity, what would be the answer? It's something like this. You have 20 pieces. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 20 pieces. So in this 20, 4 pieces equals to 500. All right. Um, very good, Fahid. Actually, that should be 125 into 20 because we are finding the total, including this 500 liters. So you have to multiply by 20. You got it. Actually, what you're doing is you're finding only the remaining amount. Did I make sense? All right. Okay, great. So now the point is these 4 pieces equals to 500 liters. So one option is what you can find the value of one part, which is going to give you 125. If one is 125, in order to find the total amount, we have to multiply by 20. If not, there's another simple strategy also. Now, see, we know 4 pieces is going to be equal to 500. How many 4s we have? Here 1, here 2, here 3, here 4, here 5. So simply we have to multiply 500 by 5. That's going to give you 2500. All right. And there's another even more easier strategy. Okay, as I always say, there's no one way of getting the answer for a question. As you want, you can use the strategies. You can give your calculations. I'll give another example here. Instead of keeping this as 4 over 20, don't you guys know to simplify fractions? 4 over 20, I can write this as 1 over 5, isn't it? Very good. 2 over 10, I can even make it smaller, 1 over 5. Got it? So 500 liters is actually equal to 1 over 5. Out of 5 is, if one piece is 500 liters, how to find the total 5 pieces? You have to multiply by 5. There we go. That's gonna give you 2500 liters. You will end up with the same answer. End of the day, whatever the strategies you people use, you will end up with the same answer if your method is sensible, if your method is correct. But the strategies are different. That's it. All right. So selecting a proper strategy is in your hand. Okay, that's nice to hear. All right, Lamai. So again, a small advice, like even it's me, whoever your teacher it is, if you learn something, try to learn the concept. Don't stick into the teacher's steps. All right. So even if I am saying you all something, don't stick into that itself. Because if you think in a different way, you might get an easier way than that. And that is the reason why I'm explaining in different possible methods, not only to get the answer. All right, clear? Any questions? Faid, you said you couldn't get the answer for the last one. Are you okay with this one now? Yeah, okay, great. So we'll move on to the next one then. Question, yeah, 2021. No need to do B, just do only 1 and 2. From a stock of a type of cosmetics produced by a certain company, okay, from a stock, 2/5 is allocated for shop. All right. So this 2/5 is not from any of the remaining, simply that's going to be out of the total. And 3 over 8 for export. So again, this 3 over 8 is also from the total. Now the question is what fraction of the total stock is a quantity allocated for shops and exports? So can you understand one thing? Like in all, almost like in all the papers, the way they're asking the question is going to be the same, isn't it? There's the same flow in asking questions. All right. So if you practice around like 7 or 8 fractions question at a stretch, you will master fractions. That's it. All right. Okay, great. So now we'll discuss this one now. Um, so simply enough that if you have to find the total, we just have to add. They're asking the total of shops and export. For shops, we have 2 over 5 and plus. For shops, we have 2 over 5, and for export, we have 3 over 8. Simply, we have to add these two fractions. So can you tell me what we have to do in order to add these two fractions? It's a common denominator we have to go with. Come on, what is the common denominator? Okay. What about the others? Okay, so actually, Mariam, we can't go with 15 because we cannot convert this 8 to a 15, isn't it? So in the multiples of 8, we don't have 15. So we have to select a number which is going to be there. Okay, great. So which is going to, you mean, you might have told me the numerator then, yeah? Okay, okay, all right, we'll check. Okay. So simply we have to multiply this 5 by 8. So this also should be multiplied by, yeah, numerator is also not fine. This should be 8. Here we have to multiply this by 5. So here also, this should be multiplied by 5. We'll check the answer. So 2 into 18 is going to give me 16 over 40, which is for shops, plus 3 over 8 becomes 15 over 8. Sorry, 40. Sorry. Okay. Now we have to add them together. So 16 plus 40, which is going to give you the answer as 31. So answer is going to be 31 over 40. Yes, sure, formula. I'll explain this again. So the question is from a stock of a type of cosmetics. So from a total stock, 2 over 5 is allocated for shops. For the shops, they are allocating 2 over 5 from the total. And for export, they are allocating 3 over 8 from the total. All right. Now, the first question is what fraction of the total stock in the quantity allocated for shops and for export? For export and for shops, what is the total amount they are allocating? If you have to find the total of something, we simply add them together. So what we have to do, we have to add this 2 over 5 and 3 over 8. When adding fractions, we have to make the denominators the same. Yeah. So the common denominator we have for 5 and 8 is 40. So in order to convert this 5 to an 8, to 40, we have to multiply by 8. If you multiply the denominator by 8, we have to multiply the numerator also by 8. So that is going to give me 16 over 40. And in order to convert this 8 to a 40, I have to multiply by 5. Numerator also should be multiplied by 5. So that's going to give me 15 over 40. And now we have the same denominators, so we can add the two numerators. So 16 plus 15 is going to give me 31, and the denominator remains the same as 40. Understood, formula? Understood or not? Are you there? By the way, is she there in the meeting? Okay, so I'll take the silence as a yes. Uh, Yeah, okay, okay, great, thank you. All right, so we'll move on to the next one. So now, before moving on to the next one, so can you tell me, Lamai, if 31 out of 40 has been used for shops and export, what is the remainder we have? There we go. So have a like think about those points also, okay? Before going for the next parts, like try to analyze what are the things you have as information. So now we know 31 over 40 has been used, so the remaining is going to be 9 over 40. With that knowledge, we'll go to the next one. Now what they are saying, one third of the remaining quantity. So simply what they are saying is one third of 9 over 40. All right. So this amount is kept for sale within the company. So they're keeping this for the sale. You got this point? Now can you tell me, if one third of the remaining is kept for sales, what is the amount kept for sales out of the total? From the total, how much they have kept? How to find that? We can use one third as sales term because this one third is of the remaining. If I ask you what is the fraction they have kept for sales out of the total amount, out of the whole, how to find the answer? I mean, my question is how. My question is how, not what is the answer. Answer is going to be 3 or 40. My question is what we have to do. What is the operation we have to go with it? Is it adding these two fractions, multiply, divide, or subtract? There we go. That's the point. Now understood where we have to use multiplication. Got it? So we just simply have to multiply one third and 9 over 40. Got it? So this 3 and this 3 we can cancel off. This is going to give me 3. So answer is going to be 3 over 40. So now I know that out of um, the total, 3 over 40 is used for sale. All right. Now I'll ask you an extra question. I mean, we'll come out of this question number 2 for a while. Now we know for the sales, they have kept 3 over 40 out of the total. Now can you tell me how much they have used altogether for shop, export, and sales? This is an extra question for you people, just to see your thinking base. What is the total amount they have used for shop, export, and sales? There we go. Is that point clear now? Like different ways of thinking, okay? All right. Thank you for your answers. Great. Now we'll come back to this question. So we found that. Now what they're saying is, if the value of this quantity in the sense for the sales, okay, this quantity of cosmetics that is kept for sale is 60,000. So here I have an equation. The fraction for the sales, which is 3 over 40, they are saying this is equals to 6,000 low. All right. You got the point? This 3 parts is equal to 6,000. The question is, what is the value of the total stock of cosmetics? How can you find the total? Out of 40, like for example, you can think in this way, there are 40 chocolates altogether. The price of 3 chocolates is going to be equal to 6,000. So how can you find the total cost of 40 chocolates? Very, very, very good try, Fahid. You're almost close to the answer. Okay, okay, I think there's a small misconception you people got here. Now, 3 pieces or 3 chocolates equals to 6,000. Yeah. What is the cost of one chocolate then? If 3 chocolates equals to 6,000, what is the price of one chocolate? Or like 1 over 40 would be equals to what? 2000, yeah? There we go. Got it? If 3 over 40 is 6000, 1 over 40 is going to be equals to 2000. Now, if you have to find the total, you have to multiply by 40, which is going to give me the answer as 80,000. Is that point clear? Actually, I think Fahid and Altaf, you guys did the correct strategy, but instead of dividing the 66,000 by 3, you have divided it by 4. That's a mistake you might have done. Yeah, okay, that's fine. All right, all good, clear. Thirunada. Okay, great. Yes, nice. Now we'll come to today's part. Okay, I'll make it very simple. Okay, when it comes to ratios, Lamai, we have two things. All right, now concentrate, everyone. Listen to what I'm saying. Okay, we have two types of ratios, or we have we call that as proportion. Okay, we have two types, which are like direct proportion and inverse proportion. Okay, direct proportion means it will affect directly. Inverse means like the opposite way. For example, do you guys know to make tea? How many of you guys know to make tea here? I mean, including the boys. Oh, Mariam knows. Altaf, wow, okay. Only two. Others? Okay. I mean, y'all can make tea, that's fine. Can we drink the tea if y'all make? That's something to think, yeah. Okay. All right, yeah. Actually, if I used to make tea, I'm the only one will drink. No one will drink my tea. That's a different thing. We drink what mom makes. Okay, fine. Since I made the tea, anyways, I have to drink it now. So I'll drink, but no one will. All right, so we'll come to yeah. Instead of going with tea, we'll go with milk. That is easy now. We just have to boil the water. I mean, heat the water, and we have to add sugar and milk powder. That's it. That's the easiest thing now. So we'll go with milk. Okay. Now, um, I hope there might be good cooks here. Can you tell me to make 1 cup of milk, how many tablespoons of sugar we have to put? That varies, I know, but generally, how many tablespoons of sugar we can put? Okay, we'll go with 2. Can I trust you, Altaf? Others? Do you all agree with 2? Ah, okay, fine, fine. We'll go with 2. Similar of how many spoons? Oh, okay. Okay, okay, fine. We'll try to make a special milk here. I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of sugar, okay, and then I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons of milk powder. Okay, now see, this is for 1 cup. What if we have to make 3 cups? Can you tell me how many tablespoons of sugar we have to put? There we go. Simply, we have to put 6. I'm gonna multiply this by 3. Then how many tablespoons of milk powder I have to put? On point. Understood? For this only we say direct proportion. If one increases, the other also increases. Did I make sense? Now, for example, if you're gonna put 15 tablespoons of, not 15, I'm sorry, 16 tablespoons of sugar, how many tablespoons of milk powder you have to put? There we go. Well done. Understood this because 2 times what gives you 16? Multiply by 8. So you have to multiply the 3 also by 8. All right. Clear with this? Okay. Now let's take um Rizda and let's take Mariam. Okay. They're gonna start a business. Okay, they're gonna start a business. Let's take they're gonna sell cupcakes, for example. They're gonna make cupcakes together and they're gonna sell. Now, actually, I mean, both of them starting the business, but Rizda know to make cupcakes. So she's gonna put an extra effort. So therefore, they are planning like, okay, we'll start the business. Okay. Um, the share, I mean, profit sharing ratio, instead of taking as 50-50, instead of taking it as equally, we'll share it as let's take 30% and 70%. Okay. So Mariam is gonna get only 30% of the profit, and Rizda is gonna have the remaining 70%. Now, can you tell me if I ask you what is their profit sharing ratio? Good job, Altaf. If I ask you to find the ratio, what we can do is I can write the two names like this, Rizda and I'll write Mariam first. Mariam and Rizda. All right. So Rizda is gonna get 30. Mariam is gonna get 70. Now, what you have to understand is this is not the simplest answer. We can further simplify this ratio, same as fractions. We can divide both the sides by which number? 30 and 70 could be divided by 10, isn't it? So 30 becomes very good, Mariam. You can divide by 30, but we'll go with a big number. For that only we say highest common factor. You're going to divide by a highest number, the largest possible number to divide. Okay, I'm going to go with 10. I mean, if I divide this by 2, what happens is, Mariam, it will be like 1535. So again, I'll have to divide to make it simple, isn't it? So we are like increasing the steps. Did I make sense? Yeah. So it's better to take the highest possible number. So it will be easier for us to go with the answer directly. So it's like 3 to 7. So this is their profit sharing ratio. Are you clear with this? All right. Now, at the end of the first month, they're gonna get a profit of, let's take 150,000. This is the profit they're gonna get. So now can you tell me how much Mariam will be getting as her profit and Zeda will be getting as her profit? Make it fast. I'll give 30 seconds. Quickly tell me the answer. Very good try, Altaf, but wrong. If it's like 75,000, Mariam, it's gonna be like 1:1, 50-50 share. Got it. Then only you will be getting equally. Here the ratio is like you're gonna take only three parts, but Mariam is I'm sorry, Raiza is I forgot the name. Uh I'm sorry. Rizda, I'm sorry. All right, so Rizda is gonna get more, isn't it? If you both are gonna get 75,000 equally, then that's unfair, isn't it? Because you have agreed to this form, this ratio. What happens is, now can you tell me how many parts Mariam gonna have? Okay, we'll check. How many parts Mariam gonna have? Three. Okay. How many parts Rizda gonna have? Seven. So altogether, how many pieces we have here? There we go. There another. Now we are going back to fractions now. So altogether we have 10 pieces. Okay. So three pieces for Mariam and seven pieces for Rizda. So how much total we have got now? 150,000. So this 150,000 is equal to the total. So now can you tell me for how many pieces I have to divide this 150,000? No, my question is for how many pieces I have to divide this 150,000? There we go, for 10 pieces. Got it. So one piece would be equals to 15,000. Now, Mariam is going to have three pieces now. So she's going to have three 15,000s, which is going to be like 45,000. And Rizda is going to have seven 15,000s, which is going to give you 105,000. Did I make sense? Are you clear with this now, Lamai? All right, this is a practical way of understanding. So easier, I mean, the calculation wise, what we have to do is we have to multiply the total by the fraction. It's going to be like this 15,000 into Mariam is going to have three out of the 10 total pieces. And Rizda is going to have 150,000 into 7 over 10. All right. Okay. So this is, see, we are going to multiply this by 15,000. So this side also should be multiplied by 15,000. This is going to be like 45,000. And here we're going to have 105,000. There another everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Like your answer is correct. Yeah. All right. All good. Fine. Perfect. Now, actually, you guys are learning this in your primary grades. I think 7, 8, 9, maybe. This is direct proportion. If something happens to one side, the other side also gonna happen the same thing. Like if it's increasing, the other side also will increase. If one side decreases, the other side also will decrease. All right, clear? All right, now we'll go to grade 10. I mean your O-level part. This is gonna be inverse proportion. Inverse proportion means if one side increases, the other side is gonna decrease. All right. Now, how this works is this is going to be completely a different scenario. Not for these things. When you're sharing profits, when you're making tea, or when you're making something, we use direct proportion. Inverse proportion, I mean, we can relate inverse proportion for a different kind of a scenario. All right. Okay. All right. Now let's take something like this. Um, Rizda is good in making cupcakes now. Okay, so we'll take Rizda. Now she's getting an order like this. Let's take she need to um make, let's take 200 cupcakes. Okay. She need to make 200 cupcakes. So now see the story properly. To make 200 cupcakes, she need 4 days. All right. You got the point, Lamai? She need 4 days to make 200 cupcakes. Now, it's something like this. Let's take men, like humans, okay? Humans, M and days. Now, can you tell me how many person gonna work to make these 200 cupcakes? How many humans are gonna work here? Only one, yeah. Only Rizda is gonna make the cupcake, yeah. One man, okay, one man need how many days? 4 days. Okay. Now you itself think and tell me. I didn't explain this concept yet. Just like a practical thing, I'm asking you all. If Rizda is asking help from Mariam too, now Mariam is also gonna join to make cupcakes with her. Now, if two men gonna work to make these 200 cupcakes, how many days they will take? Do you think they will take 8 days to make the 200 cupcakes? How many days they will take? There we go. It's gonna be just 2 days. Did I make sense? Yeah. All right. Now let's take um Altaf and Faid, right? Yeah. Faid also gonna join to help them. Now, 4 men gonna work. How many days you think it will take for you to complete the entire 200 cupcakes? Just one day. You'll understand. I mean, did this point make sense for you all? See, when one thing increases, the other one decreases. When one increases, the other decreases. For this only Lamai, we say inverse proportion. Understood the heading now? All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So now we'll go to a practical example. Exactly, yes. Assuming all are working the similar task or the similar amount. Okay. All right. Now, let's take formula now. Okay. Okay. Now let's take. We're gonna paint Formila's house. Let's take. This is Formila's house. Okay. We have a big window here. Okay. All right. This is Formila's house. Okay. Now, um, she needs to paint this house. She's gonna, she's gonna call 3 workers. All right. So she's gonna call 3 workers. All right. Now listen to my information properly. She's gonna call 3 workers. So they were like, okay, we'll paint your house, no problem. But we need, mm, let's take, no, I'll take it as 4 workers, okay? We'll change it to 4 workers. So 4 workers gonna come, okay? They were like, okay, we'll paint your house, but we need 5 days to complete your house. Completely paint your house. Understood the point? So simply, 4 men need 5 days to complete. Okay. Now, so 4 men need 5 days to complete. Now, my question for you people is, if she is gonna call 5 men, how many days she can save? That's my question for you people. If 5 men gonna work, my question is how many days she can save? Okay. So you mean like 5 men will take 4 days? Okay, very good try. Thank you for trying. All right, so now we'll write this as a ratio first. So what I'm going to do first is man is to days. So the first information I gave you all was 4 men gonna work for 5 days to complete this house. So that is going to be one task now. So see, completely painting this house is going to be a task, a full task. To complete this task, listen to me properly. To complete this task, 4 men will need 5 days. So what we are going to do is we are going to find something called man days. Okay, so simply man into days is going to give you man days. So the meaning of this man days is like in your terms, you can use anything you like. Something what I can say y'all is like man days is like the energy or the workforce you need to complete this house, regardless of number of men and days. Okay, so we'll multiply these two and see 4 into 5 is going to give you 20, which means we need 20 man days to complete this house. Is that point clear? End of the day, man into days should give you 20 to complete this house. Is that point clear? Now, if 5 men gonna work, can you tell me 5 times what gives you 20 man days? If 5 men gonna work 5 times, what gives you 5 times? 5 multiplied by what gives you 20? Because man days means man into days. 5 into what gives you 20? There we go. So that is gonna be 4 days. Is that point clear? So actually they wanted 5 days, but if 5 men gonna work, they can complete the work in 4 days. So which means she can save one day. Got it? Now can you tell me? Now forget about this statement, okay? Now she called four workers to complete the house. They asked like, okay, we need 5 days to complete your house. Now let's take. I took Shamil. Who is the example I took? I forgot. Whose house is this? Formula. Okay, Formula. Sorry. So Formula is like, no, no, I can't give you all 5 days. I'll give you only 2 days. I'll give you only 2 days. You have to complete the house. You can call some other extra people, no problem. I'll pay for them, but I need the house in 2 days. So my question is, how many men are needed to complete the same house in 2 days? Is that point clear now? Because the house needs 20 man days, regardless of the number of men or days, okay? So we need 20 man days to complete. So if only 2 days are there, what is going to be the number of men? 2 times what gives you 20? 2 times what gives you 20? There we go. So we need 10 days. Sorry, I'm sorry. We need 10 men to complete the house in 2 days. Terunada. Yeah. Okay. A tricky question. Then how many more workers Formula should hire? There we go. You got the point? So how many more workers she need? She needs six more workers. How many workers she need? There's a difference between the two questions. Huh? How many workers she need? She need 10 workers. How many more workers she need? She needs six more workers. Is that point clear? Yeah? Okay. Now, another question. Okay, I'm gonna do some changes for this question now. So, see. All right. Now, this is Formula's house, okay? This is Formula's house. Now, what's gonna happen is, now Formula called foreman. So, in order to complete her house, foremen need 5 days. My question is, how many men, okay, how many men are needed? My question is, how many men are needed to complete twice of the task in 8 days? This is my question. My question is, how many men we need to complete twice the task? Twice the task in the sense like two houses, similar two houses. Let's take Mariam's house is also the same size, same design, same size, anything, okay? To complete both these house, how many days, how many men we need to complete in 8 days? This is my question. So to work out this question, what you have to do is, Lamai, first we'll see what is the information we have. The information we have is men into days. We know that 4 men need 5 days to complete one house. So for one house, the man days is going to be 20. So man days is going to be 20. I told you like man days is like the energy or the workforce you need to complete one house. If it's like two house, what would be the man days now? For one house, 20 means for 2 days, your man days is going to be 40. Terunada. Now the man days is going to change now. It's going to be 40. How many days I have given you all in the information? To complete this 40 man days, how many days you all can use? The question I have given the number of days. 8 days, yeah? Got it? So to complete this 40 man days, you can use 8 days. So the question is, how many men are needed? Can you tell me the answer now? Something times 8 should give you 40. 8 times what gives you 40? There we go. That's it. So answer is going to be 5. So if I ask you, how many more men you need? Already there are 4 men now. How many more men you need? 1 man. That's it. 5 men altogether. How many more men? It's going to be just 1 man. Did I make sense? Everyone okay with this? Short and simple. That's what you have in inverse proportion. The main thing is you have to understand the concept. That's it. Now, shall we look into this last question now? 2021 inverse proportion question. Can you try this one now, Damai? Forget about making mistakes. Just give a try and see. All right, Faid. Um, look into the question again. The last statement says, how many more such employees need to be engaged? There you go. All right, so shall we discuss this one now, Lamai? Okay. So it has been estimated that 12 employees will take 7 days to produce the above stock of cosmetics. So we'll write this properly first. Men in 2 days. So man is going to be 12 men and days is going to be 7. So we'll take the man days first. 7 into 12 is going to give you 7 into 12 is going to give you. Come on. Are you guys there in the meeting? I hope I'm not talking alone, yeah? Come on, 7 into 12 is going to give you? Okay, thank you. All right, so 84. All right. There's another small tip. I'll come to that later on, okay? So we'll take it as 84. So 84 man days. All right. So now the question is, if it is required to produce twice the quantity of this chalk, twice in the sense 84 into 2. Yeah, we have to multiply this by 2. Wait, someone is joining. Yeah, joined. All right, so we have to multiply this by 2, which is going to give us 168 man days. All right. Now the question is, you have to complete this 168. The reason is because they are going to produce twice. If it is required to produce twice the quantity of this chalk in 8 days, you can use only 8 days due to an urgent order. How many more such employees need to be engaged? So before finding how much more, first we'll find how many employees need. So that is going to be like something into 8 should give us 168. Okay, so to find this something, what we have to do, we have to do the reverse calculation. No? Like, let's take this as x. So it's going to be like 8 into x is going to give us 168. So to find x, what we can do, we have to take the 8 to the other side. It goes as division. So x is equals to 168 divided by 8. All right, so actually x is going to be equals to 21. Did I make sense? So if you complete this, this is going to be like 21 men we need. But the question is like, how many more such employees need to be engaged? So how much more only Tama they are asking here? So that's going to be 9 more men. Are you okay with this? Yeah, okay. Let me give you a small tip here. I mean, not related to this part, but you can use these kind of strategies whenever you have like calculations. End of the day, how to get man days? You're multiplying 12 and 7 now. Since that is not a question they are asking, since that is going to be a working for us, instead of making it as 84, okay, instead of making it as 84, you can keep the calculation as 12 into 7. Understood? So this is the number of man days we need. And for twice, what happens? We have to multiply this by 2. So it's going to be like 12 into 7 into 2. You got it? And then now what we have to do, because we know that if we complete this, we will be getting 168, but we can keep it as a calculation, no problem. This is an extra thing, extra tip. When you have to deal with big numbers, you can use this strategy. Now, in order to find this 21, what we have to do, we have to divide the answer by 8. So it's going to be like 12 into 7 into 2 divided by 8. Now, than dealing with big numbers, we can simply simplify and get the answer. Here with 2, you can cut this 8. So that's going to give you 4. 12 and 4, you can cut. Here it's going to be 1. Here it's going to be 3. So finally, we'll be getting 3 into 7, which is 21. Understood this. A different way of solving the same working. All right, so we can deal with calculation also instead of getting the exact number. Any questions? Okay, so are you okay with this? How many marks you would have get for this 2021? That's gonna be full 10 marks. Okay, now you have already come, I mean, we have completed 2016, 2017, 10 marks is also done. Now we'll go to 2018. No, wait, we'll complete 2019 and then we'll go to 2018. Can you all quickly complete this? Thank you. Get fast. Done. Shall we discuss? Okay, so we'll discuss then. So again, understand the question or the basic points you have. So it'll be easy for you to answer the question. So the first, I mean, in the first part, what they're saying is 7 out of 15 of the total length of a drain was dug on the first day. All right. So on the first day, they're digging, actually, they're digging 7 of the total 15 parts. Okay. First day, it's going to be like 7, sorry, 7 out of the total 15. All right. And the next thing. And 1 over 4 of the remaining length was dug on the second day. So can I say on the second day, they are digging 1 over 4? If I write like this, would this be correct? Can I write like this as 1 over 4 for the second day? Actually, no, because this 1 over 4 is of the remaining. Did I make sense? Now, can you all tell me what is going to be this remaining? What is this remainder? On the first day, they dug 7 over 50. And when you're going for the second day, what is the remainder you have? There we go. The remainder we have is 8 over 15. So second day, actually, what happened is 1 over 4 is of 8 over 15. Did I make sense? Then what is going to be the actual fraction for the second day? I can simplify this 4 and this 8. Here it's going to be 1. Here it's going to be 2. So 1 into 2, 2. Denominator is going to be 15. So actually on the second day, they're going to dig only 2 over 15. Are you all clear with this? We can consider that 1 over 4 is because 1 over 4 is of the remaining 8 over 15. So from this remaining 8 over 15 only, they are going to complete a quarter. All right. Okay. So these are the main points we have in this information. Now we'll look into the question. The very first question. At the end of the first day. So at the end of the first day they have dug 7 over 15. Na? So at the end of the first day, what fraction of the total length of the drain remained to be dug? So simply they are asking after the first day, what is the remaining? So from one hole, from 15 over 15, you have to subtract this first day's work, 7 over 15. That is going to give you 18 over 15 as a remainder. All right. The second question. What fraction of the total length of the drain was dug on the second day? So if you go to second day, what they have given 1 over 4 of the remaining. So the workings for the second one is going to be 1 over 4 of the remaining 8 over 15. That's going to give me 2 over 15 of the total. Is everyone clear with this? Any questions? Now, my question for you people. First day they have dug 7 over 15. Second day they have dug 2 over 15. What is the total length they have dug altogether? What is going to be the total? My question is, what is the total amount they have dug altogether for first day and for second day? First day is going to be 7 over 15, na? And for second day they have 2 over 15. So altogether, good try. See, Lamai, first day they have dug 7 over 15. And second day they have dug 2 over 15. So that's going to give you a total of 9 over 15. There another. Are you all okay with this? Yeah, everyone? Can I get a confirmation from everyone, please? If you all couldn't understand, let me know. I'll explain it again. I got the confirmation only from two yet. What about the others? Amna, Hana, Umar, Altaf. If not, let me know. I'll explain it again. I'll clear with this. Okay, so I'll take this silence as a yes. All right, so if they have used 9 over 15 altogether, can you tell me what is the remainder we have? What is the remaining fraction we have to to dig? How much more we have to dig? There we go. We have a remaining of 6 over 15 to be dug. All right. Okay, now we'll move on to the next question. At the end of the first 2 days, all right, a further length of 600 meters of the total length of the drain remained to be dug. So, which means the remaining meters is going to be 600 meters. So, don't we know the fraction for the remaining? What is the remaining fraction? 6 over 15. Understood. They have completed 9 over 15 now. So the remaining we have is 6 over 15. This 6 over 15 is going to be equal to 600 meters. All right. If 6 over 15 is going to be equal to 600 meters, find the total length of the drain. If 6 pieces equal to 600, what is going to be 1 over 15? 100 meters. Then what would be the total? 15 over 15 is going to give you 1500. That's it. End of question. Now tell me, is fractions hard? Understood, Lamai? All right, okay. So we'll move on to the next one. It has been estimated that 4 men will require 3 days. So I'll write it as MD. They're saying 4 men will require 3 days. So therefore the man days is going to be 12 man days. Okay. Remaining 600 meters of the drain. The question is, how many more men need to be engaged to dig this length in 2 days? Okay. So the same length now. So it's going to be still 12 man days. Okay, but they have to use only 2 days. So something times 2 should give you 12. Therefore, we can find the answer for this as 6. But can we give the answer as 6 here? No, the question is how many more men? Already there are 4. How many more we need here then? We need 2 more men. So the answer is going to be 2 more men. Is this point clear? Everyone? All right. So this is 2019 fractions question for the 10 marks. So I think we have completed around 5, no? 2016 done, 17, 19, 21. Yeah. Now we'll do the remaining one, which is 2018. I'll give 5 minutes, quickly complete this off. Okay. All right. Okay. Good job in trying. Let's discuss this. Now, the point is a man intended to distribute a certain amount of money he had by giving 2/5 to his wife and the remaining amount equally to his 3 sons. Now, the point is you have to graphically understand this. This person has a certain amount. All right. Now, what he's going to do is he's going to give this entire amount to his wife and the 3 children. That's what the question says. Yeah. He has an amount. He's going to break this into 5 pieces. Let me break it. Okay. So wait. Okay, he's gonna break this into 5 pieces, and he's gonna give 2 pieces to his wife, 2/5 to his wife, and the remaining 3 equally to his 3 children, 3 sons. So which means each son will get 1/5. Do you all agree with this? And the wife is gonna get 2/5. Yeah, so this is actually his plan. Intended means like his intention was to give in this way. He was planning to give in this way. That is intended. All right. Now, the problem is, however, he had to give 1/6 of of the same amount. What happens is, unfortunately, he had to give 1/6 of this amount to his brother before he distributed it as intended. Before distributing to his wife and his 3 children, okay, he had to give 1/6 of the same amount to his brother. Are you all clear with this? So listen properly. This was his plan. This is how he was in, like his intention was intended. Okay. Actually, what happens is the same thing, same amount. This time, instead of breaking the same amount into 5 pieces, he had to break this into 6. And from this, what he's going to do, he's going to give one part, 1/6, to his brother. All right. That's what the question says. And he distributed the remaining amount as originally intended. From the remaining only, okay? From the remaining only, he's going to give 2/5 to his wife, 1/5 to his children or to his son. Are you all clear with the question now? All right, now we'll look into the question. The question says, the first question you have here is what fraction of the initial amount that the man had did the wife receive? Can I say the wife received 2/5? Is this correct? If I say the wife received 2 over 5, is this correct? No, right? It's incorrect. The reason is because 2 over 5 is what he intended, but now he is gonna give 2 over 5 of the remaining. He distributed the remaining amount as originally intended. So wife is gonna get 2 over 5 of the remaining after he gives to his brother. So can you tell me 2 over 5 of what? What is the remaining he's gonna have after giving to brother? The remaining is going to be 5 over 6, which means after giving to brother, the remaining is going to be 5 over 6. Did I make sense? So wife is going to get 2 over 5 of the remainder, which is 5 over 6. So if you cancel this off, she's actually going to get 2 over 6. So after writing this, you can write the simplest form, which is 1 over 3. Are you all clear with this? Now see the diagram. Now from the remaining 5 pages, he's going to give 2 parts to his wife. So out of the total, the wife is going to get 2 parts out of 6. Are you all okay with this? Any questions here? Yeah, okay, perfect. Now we'll go to the next one. What fraction of the initial amount did he have remaining after giving his brother and his wife? So now we simply know that brother is going to get 1 over 6 and wife is going to get 2 over 6. So the total is going to be 3 over 6. The question is, after giving to his wife and brother, what is the remaining he is going to have? So from 6 over 6, we have to subtract this 3 over 6, which is going to give us another 3 over 6, which is simply a half. Any questions? Understood how to do this? So simply what you have to do, from the total, take away the total of wife and brother. From 6 over 6, you have to take away the total of wife and brother. So answer is going to be 3 over 6. Simplest form is going to give you 1 over 2. All right. Okay, we'll go to the next question. Now, a very tricky question, a very important thing for you guys to understand. Even the question looks small, the workings is like you have to do many things here. The amount, the main thing is understanding the English statement you have. Okay. The amount a son received. End of the day, son is going to get an amount now. Hold on. Okay. So, I'm sorry. Okay. So the amount a son received, actually the son is going to receive an amount now. That amount was 40,000 rupees less than the amount he was to receive originally. You got the point? All right. Now what we have to understand here is, now we'll see. Okay. Now can you tell me, before giving to his brother, how much is a fraction a son was to receive? Was to receive how much? From the total amount, what is a fraction the father was planning to give to one son? There we go. This is the amount a son was to receive, isn't it? 1 over 5. Okay, clear with this? A son was to receive 1 over 5. Can you tell me, but actually, how much a son received? There we go. It's going to be 1 over 6. Are you all clear with this, Lemay? Everyone understood this? Because now this is the practical way. Now this is the practical way. Now we'll see the calculation way. Now the remaining we have is 1 over 2. Okay, the remaining we have is 1 over 2. There are three sons. We have to share this among three people now, which means we have to divide by 3. Okay, when we have division, what we have to do, we have to convert the division to multiplication. When you convert the division to multiplication, what happens? We have to take the reciprocal of the second number. So 3 becomes 1 over 3. So it's going to be like 1 over 2 into 1 over 3, which is going to give you the answer as 1 over 6. This is the amount a son gonna have. You can use 1 over 2 or you can take 3 over 6 also. Anything is fine. Huh? If you divide 3 over 6 by 3, you will directly get the answer as 1 over 6. This is the amount a son actually gonna have. Now read the statement again. The amount a son received. The son is receiving 1 over 6. Was means equal. This actual amount is, where's my pen? Yeah. So this actual amount is gonna be 40,000 less than the amount he was to receive. This 1 over 6 is equal to 40,000 less than the amount he was to receive. Actually, he was to receive was 1 over 5. So from 1 over 5, if you subtract 40,000, that is equals to 1 over 6. Did I make sense? Are you all clear with this? If this is confusing, I'll go over here and I'll explain this to you. Now, actually, this is the amount a son was to receive. But unfortunately, the father had to give some money to his brother. Therefore, now actually, a son is getting only 1 over 6. Son, son, son. Okay. Now, before going for this question, can you tell me, is 1 over 5 big or 1 over 6 is big? First, we have to check that. No? Is 1 over 5 big or 1 over 6 is big? There we go. 1 over 5 is big, huh? Like you have one pizza and you're gonna share it among 5 people. You have one pizza and you're gonna share it among 6 people. So you will have a big piece in the first part. Okay? All good now? Okay. Now the point is the son was to receive 1 over 5, but he's actually receiving 1 over 6 now. So this actual amount is 40,000 less than the amount he was to receive. Okay. Now, in order to make it an easier way to understand this even more better, as I already told you, we'll make the denominators the same. What is the common denominator we can go with for 6 and 5? What's the common denominator for 6 and 5? There we go. So can you write 1 over 6 out of 30? We have to multiply the 6 by 5. So 1 into 5 is going to give us 5. Okay, now here 6. I will clear with this. So a son has got only 5 over 30, but initially he should have got 6 over 30. You got it? So the difference is 40,000 loop. So can you tell me? Yeah, actually, yes, Umar. Last question. So can you tell me what is this 40,000 equal to? 40,000 is equal to what? Out of 30, the son should have got 6 pieces, but actually he is getting only 5 out of 30. So the difference is what? Actually, 1 over 30, not 5. Are you clear with this, everyone? Or you can do something like this. We'll rearrange this. We'll take this minus 40,000 to the other side because the rupees should be positive. Na? We'll take this minus 40,000 to the other side, 5 over 30 to this side. So 40,000 is going to be equals to 6 over 30 minus 5 over 30. That's going to give you the answer as 40,000 equals to 1 over 30. Understood? Clear with this. So if 1 over 30 is 40,000, the total amount the person is going to have is 30 pieces. What would be the total amount? If one piece is equals to 40,000, what's going to be the total amount? You have to simply multiply by 30. So 40,000 should be multiplied by 30. Got it? So simply what you can do is just multiply 3 and 4. 3 into 4 is going to give you 12, and write the number remaining zeros you have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So answer is going to be 1,200,000. All okay with this? Everyone understood? Any questions or any doubts? Sure. So that is I told you, like, a bit tricky, not that hard. You have to understand how to compare here. Any questions, Lamai? Anyone? Okay, great. All right, so can you send the recording? Yes, I think you couldn't join the session properly in a formula. Could be an connection issue. It's fine. Anyways, I'll share the recording with you all, okay? Yeah, that's fine. Anyways, you will be able to get the recording from the website as well. I think I have already uploaded the first one, and I'll be uploading to the same YouTube channel. So from there also you can have, okay? Can I have your number? Yeah, sure. I'll give my class number for you people, so you guys can directly contact me from that as well. Let me type the number: 077-11-67852. And hope you guys know my name. I'm Aslam. No problems. Thank you. Okay, no worries. Thank you so much for your words, Mario. All right, so you guys can contact me from this number as well. All right, so before ending the class, do you guys have any questions or any doubts? Can I take your silence as a no? Okay. All right, great. So meanwhile, Lamai, you guys can try the remaining questions as well. And if possible, just send me the pictures. All right. All right, Lamai. So yeah, I'll share you guys the recording. Probably I'll be putting it in the channel as well. If you have any questions or any doubts, you can reach out to me from this number. And yeah, we'll continue the class in the next week. Okay. So probably I'll be doing the next chapter in the next class, which is area and perimeter. Okay. So in the past papers, we are done with the first question. It's part A. Paper one, part B, we are done with fractions. So the second question we have is area perimeter. We'll discuss that. All right. Okay, then have a good day, Lamai. Good night. Bye.